doctor of a doctor of naturopathy, I guess you call it, and then a massage therapist. And both of them were extremely interested. I went to a family reunion in Washington State in June, and oh, they just devoured the book. And so it's interesting to me that I'm getting it out little waves, and they're loving it.
From the North Pole through Alaska to Canada to the US, you're covering it
Down
all.
down the West Coast. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got it for a girlfriend in the Seattle area, so it's on the West Coast too. Yep, got it covered.
Beautiful. That's so fun. I love imagine how Dr. Naram would be so proud to have ancient secrets in the North Pole. I think he would just love
Uh,
that.
he would love to visit Santa and sit on his lap and have him go, ho, ho, ho. You know, he would. I could
Wouldn't
hear
that be
him
fun?
laughing. It would be.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. That's beautiful.
Mm,
So good to
yeah,
have you.
thank you.
Now, Sharmini, you're where in the world this evening? Morning. You're muted.
Be on her phone too.
Got it.
Yeah. Uh, I'm in Singapore. I'm going to be here. This is my residential place.
Mm.
Well, we never know. You were in Malaysia, you were in India, you were in Australia. But you get around. So
No,
you're
I'm
home
afraid. I'm
in
afraid my
Singapore.
husband's condition. I'll have
Oh,
to be stuck there
ah.
for a while,
What
for a year.
what is his status right now, if you don't mind saying?
He's got cirrhosis. It's so strange how he got it. That's it. So we're dealing with it one day at a time.
Is he a willing patient or is he
Now we're following what the allopathy doctors, because they're doing tests and a lot of tests for him. It took almost like a month and a half to get. I changed doctors too, because I found 1 month I wasted. I never got anything much done. So then I changed hospitals, doctors, and now a lot more things are getting done. Uh, so, so we have to wait for what's the prognosis or results of all those tests to see how far bad the thing is.
but he's home now?
Yeah. He's home. He's home. Yeah, he's on pretty much small diets, high protein diets.
Hmm.
That's one of the side effects of it. So you lose protein,
Hmm.
muscle wastage.
Yeah.
So yeah, and once you get to a certain level, then I'll discuss with him. But I really, I'm going to Aisha to do something there.
Yep, he has to be ready, huh?
Yeah, he has to be ready. And they're doing too many tests and all that, so things need to be settled out.
Mm.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah. So you just get out of one caregiver role and right into another caregiver role.
Yes, the universe is telling me something. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
My heart goes with you.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the kitty. Hi, kitty. The black kitty like my kitty. Oh, you're muted, Marianne.
Oh,
took a picture out.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, I came into the office to be able to talk because I was sitting in the living room with my husband and but anyway, she had been on my lap in there and she came in and jumped up on my lap. She is a lap cat.
Nice.
You still have your cat, Charmony?
Yeah, she's growing.
Is your cat as well traveled as you are, Charmony? Does she go with you everywhere you go?
No. I mean, I brought her from Malaysia. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Brought her from Malaysia. That took a month before she could. No, it took 8 weeks to get a slot to bring her.
Mm.
You made the adjustment though, okay?
Oh, yeah, she's already here since August. So yeah, it's already 1 year. She's
All
been
right.
here.
Good. And what's the weather doing in Singapore?
Sunny.
What season is it there?
Ours is just sunny and you get occasional rain. Yeah.
So you're like I know New Zealand is in winter.
Winter. Yeah.
Australia is winter, and you
We are on the equator, so we don't have seasons much.
no
except
seasons at
rain.
the equator.
A lot of rain in certain parts of the year. I'm sure.
Okay. And Lori, are you in monsoon season or typhoon season?
A little bit, but
Spring, right? It's past
more
spring.
more near the end of August, early September is typhoon. But we did just have a early typhoon come through, but not so bad here. Yeah, but hot, very. Yeah, it's been the hottest July, just like all over the place. So
Where are you? You're in.
I live about an hour by train north of Tokyo. Also,
Okay.
yeah, and central Japan.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the cooler weather.
Yeah, me too. Because it's
Yeah.
just day
Yeah.
after day after day of 100 plus, every day, and it just wears you out. Just
Mhm.
walking from here to there. You just the heat feels like your skin's frying. It's-
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, so
Some of
I have a little miracle to share with you.
Ooh.
I'm manifesting a miracle, hopefully. But so I was talking to Renara, our pianist,
Oh.
and I had this brainstorm when I was in her small group on Sunday, and she had talked about the importance of the space between notes in music. And I said, that's it. That's the name of your book, The Space Between the Notes. And we had this, this big laugh over her and her book. And she manifested a husband for herself who was a monk and became her husband. And she just has the most remarkable story of her spiritual life and being a concert pianist. So she shared with me that one of her biggest dreams has always been to play in Japan, especially Kyoto. So I said, really? Well, let's talk about that. How do you see that? When would that be? And she said, anytime from September 2023 till March 2024. Okay. And is this going to be on a grand piano? Yes, in a concert hall. I'm like, okay. So I went to the internet and I researched Kyoto concert halls, and I found this beautiful 3-story magnificent place, right? And it's the home of Kyoto Orchestra. And so I searched out the conductor, and boy, was I surprised to find a female conductor of the Kyoto Orchestra, and even more surprised to find out she speaks Russian and was in Russia for 5 years. And Renara is Russian, or speaks Russian. And Renara had heard of her, knew of her, and her remarkable career, because so few women are in, as conductors. So it's kind of like putting a message in a bottle in the Atlantic and hope that it washes up on shore in Japan. But I sent a message with Renara's bio, and it said name Carol Ray, email address. I put it in, and then it said occupation, and I said miracle worker. And and I
Wow.
said, Renara was so helpful. My daughter was in hospice, and Renara was writing healing music for her that made such a difference. And I'm just trying to repay that kindness, in some small way. I haven't heard anything. That was just this morning that I put it out there, but maybe you can hold a special vision that we'll be able to see Renara, and she wants to gift the people of Japan her wonderful spiritual music. So I was pretty excited about the possibilities of that happening. So who knows what spirit might do, but I thought it was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Very.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. I
If
had the
anybody,
biggest miracle last Friday. I went in for some lab work, and I was I had texted my daughter's friend lives in this city where it's about 40 miles away from me where I was going. And I had texted with him and said, we have a breakfast recommendation because if you want to have breakfast. And he goes, yeah, here's these three places. And so I was kind of had in my mind which one we would go to. But as I was coming in, it's like Spirit put a light on this Mexican food restaurant and said, eat here, eat here. And I thought, Mexican food, really? Doesn't even sound very good, but okay, So I had my appointment. I sent him a text, change of plans. Let's meet at this Mexican food place, right? So we go in there, and the food's terrible, really terrible. The coffee's terrible. And I'm thinking, why? Am I being punished for something? This is where you picked out for me to eat. I don't get it. So I march my little happy self on out the door, and I go get my car, and I turn it on, and it's dead at the doorknob. And this is a new car for me. I've only had it a month. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I called the friend back. Don't leave, don't leave. I'm stranded, damsel in distress. He had tools with him, and he took the battery out, and it's an interstate battery. And so I Google interstate battery location. It's 86 feet from me. 86. I turn around, and there it is, like right there. And it's 40 miles away from my home. If that battery had died on my farm, oh my gosh, there's no
Yeah.
way. He said, we just happened, there's still warranty on this. I'm going to give it to you for 49% off. And here's a tool, and here's the paper towel, and here's some spray, and had, made it just so easy. And my daughter's friend is so mechanically inclined, and literally like, 35 minutes, it was, done. And I was on the road and on my way. So I just, what a miracle.
Uh,
What a miracle.
wow. Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Couldn't have planned
Yeah.
it that way if I tried,
no.
No.
Uh,
Things been going with you, Laurie? You haven't been online.
I know I haven't been here for long. Well, I was here a little while ago, but you weren't here that day. Yeah, it's going okay. Yeah, I still am not recovered from, or how do I say, I'm still having issues after my operation. So, like my left leg is partially, I guess you would say paralyzed, but heavy duty nerve damage. I'll put it that way. So, but, and I went back to work, but it's been challenging. So, but anyway, I'm doing okay, day by day. So,
what kind of work do you do?
I'm teacher. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So, the work is fine, but the getting there and back home again is hard.
oh
So,
dear.
yeah.
How long is your commute?
It's not so far, but I can't walk very well. I have to use my poles, and I have a lot of issues, and it's just like, anyway, I don't. So it's like just accepting that I have limitations, but I'm not accepting it all the time. I guess that's the situation. It's kind of up and down. Some days I'm fine, even though it's not good, but other days I'm resisting it all. So yeah, you know. So, but I'm doing okay. Yeah. And looking forward to the Ancient Secrets coming to Japan.
Oh, yes, that'd be
So
good.
yeah, yeah.
Must get
So
Clint to do a patchouli for her.
pardon me.
Clint or Dr. Giovanni do a patchouli for you.
Mm, yeah. So that was another miracle
It's so
that Carol
great.
brought about. Because I was trying to help find a venue, and it was not going so well. Like everyone's telling me, most people start a year out to find a venue like this, a year ahead of time. I was like, okay, well, we don't have a year. And it was like, no, no, no. Like I'd find something, no, I'll find something, no. And then Carol wrote something like, someone, university somewhere, whatever would be good. And so I put an email out to my friend who used to work at a university in Tokyo. Oops, sorry, someone's at the door. And she was very, very busy and didn't respond for like almost 2 weeks. And then I got one day I got another no about a place. And so then right after that, I got a call from my friend. And I was saying to her, didn't you go to a bookstore where they had book events and writers would go? And she goes, yeah. She goes, but what about this university? And I was like, oh. And so that's how it came about, through her connection there. But I mean, even then, I wasn't even thinking university. I was thinking this bookstore that she had told me about. So then it came about, and I was like, okay, that was Carol's vision. I know who
Oh, and it's a
went right
beautiful
through me.
university. It has, it's magnificent. It's just incredible. And I did already check with them to see if they had a piano, and they don't, but
Yeah, I saw that. He's
just in case, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I haven't started
It's a
working on
true
that.
miracle that you found a place, because when the places I was calling that had conference rooms and all, and I checked with like museums and art spaces that rented out space, they were literally asking from $10,000 to $14,000 for 3
Right.
hours.
Yeah,
Wow.
and yeah, and even well, those were still available because they're expensive. But yeah, the somewhat reasonably priced ones, they're all this like, are you kidding me? Anyway, I think it came via your vision, because I didn't even think about, I was asking about the bookstore, and she's like, oh, well, what about this Lakeland University? So anyway,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
so
pretty cool.
exciting. So exciting. I was just thrilled when I saw the videos of it, and oh my goodness, it was such a perfect solution. And
Well, I'm waiting for a picture of Dr. Clint with the sumo san.
won't that be fun that the sumo nationals are being held there in Tokyo, in this
That is
area
right
where we're staying?
too.
So
Yeah.
I fully expect to have a photo with a sumo wrestler, on my Facebook page. So
Yeah, you will for sure. Yeah.
that'll be fun for sure.
Yeah.
That was another little miracle that we had there. So
It,
having
Yeah,
a
is
that
place
was-
to stay, worked really hard at getting hotels and finding a queen size bed that Dr. Clint would fit in. That was pretty important. And I was able to reserve all the hotel rooms, and we've done this on a shoestring, and that's every dollar I save was a dollar that goes to the orphans. So that was my
Mhm.
goal, and my vision was do this as economically as possible. So
Mm,
exciting,
yeah.
very exciting. And
now
I
is
got my
this in
ticket for a
September?
song and a dance. It was like less than $700 with a bag checked, with meal, with a seat. round
Oh,
trip from LA. That's
wow,
amazing.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
that is amazing. Is that
Yeah.
in
And I
Savannah?
watched it and watched it and I was, subscribed to all these things, and they would say, wait, wait, wait. And then they said, bye.
Mhm.
So,
Bye. Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and uh, it's a good time to come to Japan because the dollar's worth yen's really you can buy a lot of yen with your dollar. Everything's like probably about a 30% discount for you.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah. Mhm.
Very
Not good.
exciting.
Not good for us here. But anyway, yeah.
Good timing. Good timing. How exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
I don't have the grand miracles you have, but just today I was driving and it was smoky out in the area, and I was coming home from clear on the other side of town, which is only 6 miles. Fairbanks is a small town. So
Yeah.
I was driving home, and everywhere I drove, there was a green light. There was no traffic when I merged on the freeway. It was just like a little kite blew me home or something. It
Wow.
was, and it felt so nice. And, even though it was smoky and I can't see the hill, there's a big hill. If you were on the East Coast, you'd call it a mountain, but it's just a hill here that people live on. Because we do have mountains. And but at any rate, it just felt like I was in the gloves of an angel or something, just taking me home. And I
Mhm.
just loved the feeling, it felt. I just felt blessed, and I was so grateful for being where I am, living my good life. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to share one other thing with you. I went to the doctor yesterday for my annual appointment, to just check in with the doctor. And when she walked in the room, she said, Marianne, is it true you've lost 25 pounds since we last weighed you? And I said, it's true. She said, are you okay? And did you do it on purpose? And I said, I did it on lots of purpose. She said, unbelievable. Tell me what you did. And I told her about it. And she didn't fall for it so much, but next time I may drop off my copy of the book, for her to read, and just tell her this was the secret that I did, because she was flat amazed that I looked so good and I was so healthy and so doing so well. She said, unbelievable. And so anyway, that was my little miracle, is to have my doctor be amazed at me.
I
Mm.
had one of those miracles myself this week. I had my annual report with my thyroid surgeon. I had 7 thyroid nodules and I've been going every year, and last year he said, you don't even need a biopsy. These are looking so good that everything seems stable. In fact, a few of these look like they're getting smaller. So I don't need to do biopsies today. We'll just see you in a year if that feels good to you. I'm like, oh yeah,
Mm.
that feels real good to me. They're no fun. And so this year I went in, I had my daughter drive me because before, when I've had those biopsies, it hurts to turn your head, and
Mhm.
I didn't want to be checking my blind spot, if I had to have that. So we went in and he put the scope on and he goes, oh my gosh, you're missing about 5 nodules. I only see 2 here. And then he
Wow.
said, one of them is smaller and the other one's the same. And he said, one more time, and then maybe we'll do this every other year. Not that I don't want to see you, but this is looking
Oh,
so good. So
Wow.
amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. Uh,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, the
good,
Yeah.
good,
patient.
good,
Thing
good.
that I'm
Something
in my
I
phone.
didn't know that Dr. our Joseph Ingman, Dr. Joseph, Dr.
Yeah,
Seuss,
yeah.
Dr. So he had kidney stones, and he started telling me about oxalates And they are something that are in food products that make kidney stones, gallstones, and thyroid nodules. And there's a lot of foods that have those specifically. So I started really watching those in my diet, and then also taking the herbs for thyroid and doing some mantras on letting go and speaking my piece. I'm getting better at not swallowing my words, swallowing my anger, and voicing my opinions. And that seems to also help clear, to
Mm,
let go of those things in our throat chakra.
yeah. Carol, may I ask, what is the herb for thyroid? Is it one of the Ayushakti herbs?
Yeah, it starts with a G.
Grandiha,
Gran-
isn't it? Grandiha, right?
Grandifer. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what, okay. I'm taking that, but I wasn't sure that it was for thyroid or what it was for. So
Yeah,
it's an important one. Mm.
it is. Yeah, that and the trifala or trifalia. It's got the 3 herbs in it, and it seems to really help with my digestion and all the things that or constipation and dryness that go along with being vata. So,
Mm.
that's one of my favorite ones. And immuno, I'm taking that to try to boost my immune system. And hopefully, I'm going to be healthy when I come to Japan because I was not healthy in India. I was not healthy in
Oh, I know. Poor Carol.
sick. I came
Mm.
home with Novo virus, a 15-hour flight with Novo virus, running back and forth to the bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah,
not fun.
not fun.
Do you have a layover in LA or do you just go from?
Well, it so happens our mutual friend, Miss Esther,
Okay.
is going to pick me up at the airport the night before, and we're going to go
Okay.
have a lovely dinner as we did in Sedona. And then I'll go the next morning, and it's a direct flight, from
Good.
there. So I
Yeah.
wanted to go the night before to make sure my flight wouldn't be delayed and I missed my connection. So I just thought,
Right.
and it's a good excuse to visit Esther anyway. So
Yeah, and it's good to break it up because that's a long flight. Yeah.
it is. Yeah, that 16-hour flight from Doha to LA was brutal. Oh my gosh.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a good plan. And it's 8 hours straight in. And hopefully my friend Lori will be there and
Yeah, I think
yeah.
we're gonna pick you up, but I'm trying to decide. Well, anyway, we can talk about that, but it's like it's a kind of a longer drive, but I can't do train stations right now because there's a lot of crowded walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just can't do that right now. So, but anyway, we might either stay somewhere the night before we pick you up, or on the way back we'll stay with you somewhere to break it up. So
Well, if it's
yeah.
too much and I need to take a train, just let me know. It's no problem.
Well, yeah, but it'd be nice if we could do that, and it would be nice for us because if we stop somewhere, we'll have a little vacation. There's like a little pottery town that
Oh,
we like to stop at. So
how fun. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
yeah. Charmony, when are you gonna come? And Marianne, you're welcome too.
No traveling for me.
Alaska to Japan
right.
is just like that, right? It's like,
Oh, it's only a 6-hour flight from here.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you ever want to get here east, get back in the country, go into Anchorage, and
Mhm.
6 hours.
Sorry
flight.
about that.
Actually, I was thinking I want to share my miracle too, because I was like
Mhm.
kind of tight for money.
Please do. Please do.
And I was like, oh God, what am I going to do and all that. And suddenly I get this WhatsApp from my insurance guy. He said, oh, yeah, this your insurance. We have these equity plans with the insurance companies and all that you buy for long-term basis, so you could cash it out. He said, it's worth this amount. I said, oh my God, I've forgotten all about it. Totally forgot about this insurance thing. Then I And within a week, I got the check. I cashed it in, and I got the check. So yeah,
A little
pretty nice.
miracle.
So yeah,
That's a nice miracle.
It's a very nice miracle.
Oh, I want to let you know my phone is going dead, and if I just disappear, it's because my
That's-
phone is on its way out. I didn't even realize I hadn't charged it. And I looked up and because it just gave me a warning across the screen that you're about out of power.
I'm so
So-
glad that you were able to call in, Marianne. It's nice to visit with you and to catch up with you a little bit.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I was afraid I wasn't going to make it because I couldn't find that address anymore. And I thought, if I did what I usually do, I had copied what you sent out in some notification and I pasted it on my calendar so that when it notified me, this meeting's in 1 hour, this meeting's in 15 minutes, I went to my calendar and sure enough, there was the address and I just clicked on it and here I am. Amazing. And what I liked, yes, what I liked about it was it's at 6 o'clock in the evening, when we did all of our classes in the 100-day experience, it was at 7 a.m. And,
Mm.
I had to get up and get dressed and fluff and buff and whatnot, So it was like, oh, it was just a little earlier than I wanted to be on calls. But so I'm liking, I like
We
this.
have, I don't know if you get the newsletter, but we have a new course that Cornelia and I put together. It's called Ancient Secrets 101, and it starts August the 9th. And there's 2 times available. So Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, which is too early for you. But the
7
second
a.m.
class is Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. So that would be what, 3:30 in the afternoon?
You said 5:30, it'd be 4:30. I've been taking this other class that meets at 4 o'clock till 5:30
Oh,
Alaska
on
time.
Thursday.
So yeah, on
Mm.
Thursday. So
Okay.
I
Well,
should think.
Gonna miss
Now,
that one, but maybe next
How,
time.
how long is that class? Is that a
It's an hour
4-week
and a
thing?
half and it's only 4 weeks long.
I could, and it's on Wednesdays at that time.
Yeah, it's early Wednesday, but yeah, that's too early for you. It's
Well,
8
it's,
8 a.m.
I can
Pacific.
get up. I managed for all those months before. I need to register probably, don't I?
Yeah, there's a registration and I think it's gonna be good. It was primarily created for all these new people that have come in from Sedona that, they came in from this big Cryon event that was before ours. They
Right.
stayed over and so they've, some of them hadn't even read the book and so we're
Mm.
getting ready to have the Miracle Experiment game in September. So this is kind of a get them ready and up to speed on kind of the primary major principles behind Ancient Secrets. So they'll
Yeah, it'd
be
be a
ready
good
to go.
review.
Yeah, it's a good review for.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I've been toying with the idea, and because things keep coming up, and I'm not getting these. I want to review all of the lessons, and I'm only on lesson 6 reviewing so far. And so I want to get through all of them, and but I'm reading a book also that one of the participants had recommended, and it is so good. It's by Daniel White. I forget what the name of it is. In The Spirit of Ayurveda or something. And it's
Hmm.
a really good book. And it has, Cornelia referenced it in one of the bonus calls the other day.
Okay.
And so or you did, Carol? Is that one that you have?
I don't think that's one of mine. No. I think
Yeah,
it's
and
good,
yeah,
Cornelia.
it may have been you. One of the two of you referenced it, and I ordered it, and I've been started it, and I'm just really enjoying it.
Good.
And it's helping me. It's building a different, or giving me a different scope of how things work, but yet it's bringing in all the doshas and so forth. And I just this morning did the quiz on what your guna, is that what it's called?
Gunas, yeah.
And so I figured out what that I'm kapha, and somewhat pitta, kapha and pitta together, but primarily kapha. So anyway, and that, because I asked I've seen a couple of, like, I've had 3 or 4 appointments, but I've asked that question, but nobody tells me what I am.
Mm.
It's like,
Mhm.
and so I figured, well, that must mean I have to figure this out myself, so that I can choose
That's
foods.
the
Well, if you buy
Ayurveda
the
quiz.
cookbook,
That's
the
a
An-
quiz.
Oh, I
Yeah.
had
Ancient
that. I
Secrets
got that.
cookbook has the dosha quiz in the back.
Yes,
That,
I did. I bought
that's
that
really,
the day it became available. Yes.
I'm
Got
sorry,
that.
Sharmini, what you're saying?
No, it's okay.
No, please.
No, yeah, Ayush Shakti also has that quiz which
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, they do. There's a link to Shakti's dosha quiz as well. Yep. I've done that one. I came back tridoshik, which is what Dr. Hemong said, tridoshik. So I'm like, okay,
a little bit of everything.
a little bit of everything. Yeah, yeah. I got kapha hair, vata skin, and pitta belly.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, I'm a little bit of everything.
Let's see now, the dry skin. What is that? Is that
Vata.
kapha?
That's
Yes,
vata.
I
Now
am
you have
the.
oily skin is kapha, and dry skin is vata, and red, inflamed, bad skin, like, acne, those things are pitta skin. I have
Oh,
psoriasis, that would be pitta.
okay. Well, then I must have vata skin on my feet.
Oh. Do you put ghee on your feet at night?
I haven't been, but but I was just rereading that or watching it on one of the bonus things and doing it, and because I've been putting it on my face and rubbing the temples and so forth, and I thought I need to start doing that on my feet.
Well, one of the reasons to put ghee on the soles of your feet is for your eyes. It helps nourish the nerves to our eyes. So it's recommended for glaucoma and cataracts and all kinds of things. Eyes are pitta, and the ghee in your feet helps calm pitta.
Okay,
Wow.
well that will be tonight. I start the new regime.
New regime.
All right.
Awesome,
Oh,
awesome.
Oh,
okay. Well, I better go and plug in my phone before I
Okay.
go totally dead. But it's
Thank you
so
so
nice.
much for your time, Marianne. It was lovely to have you.
it
Thank
was
you for
very
inviting
nice
me.
to meet you.
Which part
Yeah,
Yes.
of
nice to meet you,
US?
Anne.
Which part of that the North Pole are you in, Marianne?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Which part of
It's
the?
in Fairbanks, Alaska. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I think so.
And there's
Okay.
actually a little town named North Pole, and that's where the Santa Claus house is about 12 miles out of town, down a road, in the country.
And that's where your son and daughter-in-law live? Or your
They don't
daughter-in-law's
live-
family?
Yeah, they don't live out there. They live in Fairbanks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But the
because
Santa Claus house is somehow connected to your daughter-in-law?
yes, her father started it as a business. He was a traveling kind of. He took wares out and drove up and down the highway because it's really remote here. And he would take things out, and people would, and he'd stop and people would buy them. And one time when he went, it was near Christmas, and he had things to sell, and he gave all the little children candy canes, and then one time they were driving, a native family was driving to Fairbanks to come to the doctor here, and they came to where he had built this place, a store. He called it the Miller store, Miller's General Store, and the kids saw him and they came running up to him. This is Santa Claus house, because they had seen candy canes, and so he decided to name his store the Santa Claus house.
I love it. What a great story. Oh, that's beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, this is a nice eclectic group here. I just love this. I'm so grateful we had some time together. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Thank you.
I'm
you.
gonna, if you can
There are
stay,
people also in Alaska, right? Carol.
Say again?
There's someone else who's also in Alaska. She came for the Indian trip. I think her name was Christine or something.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
realize
trying to-
Christine was from Alaska.
Yeah, I think it's Christine. I must go back and check. Yeah,
Hmm, I
can't
Have
wonder
remember
some
which
anxious
town though, but
company
she
up there,
said the
Marianne.
trip.
We'll look for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Unless-
saw a young man signed up on one of the chat links that we have on WhatsApp, and he's in Alaska. And I wrote a note. I responded to his message and asked him where he was, and I never did hear back from him. But he's here somewhere. I'm just not sure where. But I should look for that again. But anyway, nice to be. Oh, what did you start to say, Carol, about it?
Oh, just that we'll have to keep an eye out on the one that Charmony's thinking of. That is Christine in the path from
No,
Alaska?
she came on one of those. She wasn't on the path, but she came on the trip. I think she was from a previous 100 days or something like that.
Oh, okay. I've forgotten already.
Yeah, because she was telling me she takes her almost like 30 hours to get back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a
Mm,
long time the other side of the world. But
Okay. Now,
so
where did?
thanks so much, Marianne.
Thank you. Talk to you again soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
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 Bye bye.
I,
Would you two like to have about 5 minutes of piano music from Renara with a beautiful video?
Oh, yes,
That-
that's great.
sounds great.
I think hopefully I have this ready to go and see if this works. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Can you hear it? Are you able to hear it?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, good.
beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
My husband tagged
Scenery
the
is gorgeous.
video part of that.
So does Renaria have a YouTube channel? Is that on
She has
YouTube?
a few of them. Yeah,
Yes.
she,
Yeah, she has.
yeah, she has CDs out. She has some beautiful live concerts that were filmed like in Israel and I think Kuwait. Several.
Wow.
She's performed, I think, in 13 countries or more.
Wow.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Mm.
Yep.
Yes, gorgeous.
I thought
She's
so
an amazing
too.
person too. She's such a lovely person.
She is incredible. Her energy is
Yeah.
amazing. Just she gets up and does her exercise every day, and she's got such great discipline and such a beautiful soul. We're so lucky.
Mm.
So very lucky. Sharma, did you cut your hair or is it just put up?
No, put up. It's getting a bit warm. It's
Yeah.
11 o'clock.
Well, me too. All right, I'm going to shut off the recording.